So we hear a lot of women being told not to settle. I would definitely tell the men, do not settle.
I want to apologize for believing this lie that I can have it all, that I don't need a man, that children are a burden, that my career is more important than anything, that my bank account can replace a person being a husband for me. I'm so sorry that I was this feminist, that media, movies, songs, influencers were convincing me that I can do everything by myself, and that being feminine and vulnerable was the wrong thing to do. And that I can choose to be masculine when it's a role that I don't want, I'm not qualified for, and therefore I cannot tell men what to do. So I just want to apologize for my part in it, for believing all this BS. And hopefully, we'll do more healing on our end, women, because we're going to bear these children. So we need to get it together. And if I have a boy and I have that mentality, like, I would never want to convince my son that he has to, downplay his masculinity to make a woman feel comfortable. Not okay. So I'm just so sorry.
Yeah. I know that just from everything that I see, it just seems so discouraging right now to be a man and to have like accusations just flung at you in every direction in the media. But I feel like there are a lot of us women that are starting to wake up to this, and we're starting to see through the lies of the media. We're smart and we're catching on. This is not going to be a forever thing, I believe, where men are, really thrown away so much. So there are a lot of women who are starting to understand what's going on, and we're leaving this feminist movement, me included. Just believe that if you're looking for a woman who's understanding who's not going to emasculate you, we are out there, and there are a lot of us. You just like Alana was saying, don't settle just because you think they're not out there and that you can't find someone who's going to give you the respect that you deserve.
Hey, do you know what? Respect to those women if they're being genuine, for having some accountability and realizing they've been lied to. And I predict we're going to see more and more women doing this as they get older. And this is also why you got to be careful that you don't settle down with a fake one, because a lot of these women might start telling you what you want to hear just because they're scared and they realize the biological clock is ticking. This is why there's this whole passport bro movement, and guys are going abroad to find women because they've had enough of waiting for modern women in the Western world to wake up, and they can just go abroad, find a woman that still has traditional values and doesn't make them feel ashamed of being masculine.
You know the group of men that get passports and go to another country to find women? Because in America, women hate all men and men all cheat, blah blah, this, that, and a third. The women are mad. The same women who hate men and are feminists are mad that the men went to where they're respected. Men go where they're respected. So if you don't respect a man, how can you expect that man to respect you? And my other question for feminists is, how are you gonna beg for respect? Wouldn't you just give respect and then the respect is reciprocated as an individual?
Well, I'm just curious as to why so many modern women are confused as to why men are leaving. Why we have the passport bros and men who are deciding to look for women elsewhere. A lot of women are asking the question, why? And some of them seem so oblivious to the point where they really don't get it. We are in a modern society where we have a world full of modern women. These particular modern women are the opposite of traditional women.
I tell you what, she's right about some women being oblivious. Take a listen to this.
We don't talk enough about how passport bros are just predators.
What? I'm not a predator if I sleep with women in America, but if I sleep with women outside of America, I'm a predator. Got you. Women in other countries are nice and they look good. Stay here. Deal with somebody who's nice but don't look good, or deal with somebody who looks good and wants to rob you passively. Nice.
Passport bros, you guys ready for another success story? The house is spotless. She cooks every day, and I've just taught her the only thing she needs to know in English. Oh, thank you, honey. Mm-hmm. Say something.
Yes, Daddy.
See?
Sensational.
When you pay attention to the passport bros, like, they're getting women from like the DR, Colombia, yes, the Philippines, Thailand, like women that can speak very little English, women that don't have education, women that need them, women that need them.
Women are raised to be wives. Mm-hmm. They learn everything from birth, from their father, from their mother, how to be a wife and how to support your man.
Women that need them.
It's not even women that need them. It's women that treat them with respect.
So we don't.
Y'all know y'all don't.
Stop yourself.
That's not true.
Now, I also don't think the answer's always abroad, because a lot of guys that go abroad are just seen as money signs. If you go to a poor country and you find a woman, a lot of them will just throw themselves at you and say, yeah, I want to marry you, because they might want the visa or access to your bank account.
Lonely widower tried to find love again with a mail-order bride. But what happened to this local man just days after he said I do was anything but love. Now, the mess that he is in is so big that Homeland Security is involved.
I'm writing as I don't know where else to go to get someone to listen. I brought a young woman here from Morocco and married her. 5 days later, I filed for a divorce, as all she wanted was my money.
I'm mad at myself. I look in the mirror and say, hey, why'd you do this?
I'm also not going to say that all modern women on this side of the world are going to make bad wives. There are some good women out there, it's just not that easy to find.
5 things I didn't know were controversial about my marriage until I posted about them online. Number 1, I like to look nice for my husband. My husband loves me regardless of how I look, but I love putting in effort to look nice for him. Number 2, and this one's really crazy, I make his cup of coffee in the morning for him. Number 3, I cook for him every night. Number 4, when we are together, I do not drive. And number 5, he is responsible for the final say in all of our financial decisions.
I am not an independent woman. I do not care. Like, I make my own money, I have my own goals, but that doesn't mean I'm independent. Like, I need my man. I need to be, like, feminine in my relationship. Leave me out of that feminist. I am independent. I am not.
You know, my husband comes, he eats. I pick up his plate when he's done eating.
Men want 3 things: sex, silence, and sandwiches.
So of course, men want more than this, but I would say that these 3 things are the key to a happy day-to-day life. Like, take pride in cooking for your man. If he is out there working his ass off, making money to make your life comfortable, and he's stressing about all the financial things and you don't have to worry about the bills, have a meal ready for him when he's hungry. This doesn't have to be intercourse. Be flirtatious, just be sexy. Like, show your man you want him. And the silence isn't don't speak unless spoken to. It is don't be argumentative for no reason. Don't create problems when there are none. If I want something and my man tells me no, I say yes, sir, and move on.
That's what I'm talking about!
How much does a guy have to make?
How much does a guy have to make to what?
To date you.
To date me? There's not a price limit to date me. Really? As long as you're treating me right, you're acting right, you're chilling.
What about he's living with his mom?
If he's living with, no, that doesn't matter.
Really?
Because the situation that they're in does not have anything to do with me. Why am I gonna judge because you live with your mom?
What's your situation? Are you living with
an apartment?
And let's say he's like, hey, can I move in with you? Are you gonna let him? If he's living with his parents?
If he's paying rent.
How much? 50-50?
50-50.
Really?
It's even. It's a relationship. It's 50-50 the whole way.
Yeah, she's valid, all right.
The key thing, like he said at the end, is respect. Whether she's from Asia, Africa, or this side of the world, if she don't respect you,
she belongs to the streets.